My name is Arash. I am a freelance graphic designer. I've been working with Photoshop and the Adobe Cloud for about 8 years now. So I used to study computer science. Eventually, I saw that I had more of a passion for the arts as opposed to computer science. I've been freelancing for about a year and a half, 2 years now. Freelancer means that you don't always have a style, or rather that you don't have a style which you can use on every piece of work that you're commissioned to do. Um, but for my personal creations, for things that go on my art page on Instagram, I would say that I'm definitely biased towards sort of cosmic entities like stars and celestial elements and things like that. Recently, I've gone into more illustrative pieces, so I've been creating a lot of pop art and things like that. But generally, I would say that my style would be sort of, let's say, astral collages. Say corporate entitlement, so that's a pretty big issue amongst creators and freelancers all over the world. It's where companies think that simply by saying that they'll give you exposure in exchange for your work, that you would be happy with that and that you would just give them your free time. But no, that doesn't really help because exposure doesn't pay bills, you know? Like, I would be totally happy to create something, but I would be even happier to be able to afford breakfast. It's the same sort of situation. So, I mean, it's a service. You know, you wouldn't ask a plumber to fix your sink in exchange for, oh, yeah, I'll tell all my mates about you. That's a big issue in the creative industry that needs to be thwarted. Well, I mean, as the economy goes, as the world goes on, jobs are getting harder and harder to acquire. Nowadays, what sets you apart from the rest is a little shiny piece of paper which you've gotten from an institute of higher education. Are you thinking out there that this should be a field which interests you, a discipline which you would see yourself in the future? I would say go for it because there's a lot of things that you can do once you get into the creative industry. You can constantly reinvent yourself to suit your surroundings, to suit your environment, to suit the economy even. Um, but let's for graphic design only. A lot of people get intimidated by the fact that they have to use all of these fancy softwares and things like that. But I would say that it's 80% brain, 20%, even less, 90% brain power, 10% technical ability. So honestly, just throw yourself in there, experiment with different softwares, watch hours and hours of YouTube tutorials on all of these different softwares, but you gotta come up with fresh ideas. That's what makes um, that's what makes a designer a designer.